What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Bear. This is my channel PokeGoHeroes, and just like in the anime where the heroes go on amazing adventures, you are the hero of this story, and I'm here as your guide for everything Pokemon Go related. So we're going to get the most out of this game, and honestly, above all else, we're going to get the most fun out of this game. So thanks for tuning in. Today, we've got a special treat for you. This one is going to be a two-part video. I'm combining videos because I think that's a good idea, right? The first part of the video is this week, an overview in Pokemon Go. And the second part is going to be diving into the current event that started today. So let's go ahead and dive into this week first. This week in Pokemon Go, so it's November 18th to the 24th. So we've got the Into the Wild event, which, like I said, the second half of this video we're going to go over. Starting this week, the Master League, the Willpower Cup is switching up to the Retro Cup, which that should be interesting. A little spice. Today is the Dynamax Monday event, which is going to feature Drillbur. So if you get to see this in time, at 6 p.m., all the power spots will be taken over by Drillbur. So if you haven't got yourself at least 3 good ones, you should do that. You can solo it pretty easily. Then the Spotlight Hour on Tuesday is Teddiursa and Combee. And like I said, that's why you tune in, because see, if you were just reading off of GoHub, you would have been misinformed. Teddiursa and Combee, in my opinion, is worth doing for the PvP. It's great all around. Ursaluna is really good. Number 24 in the Master League. So what you'll want to do for this Spotlight Hour is, it's not very good in the Great League and it's not very good in the Ultra, but it's really good in the Master. What you'll want to do is, for the Spotlight Hour, afterwards get together with a friend and trade those out at some point. Raid Hours, Nihilego is coming this week, which is the best poison type attackers in the game. So you definitely want one of those. Tapu Koko, Dialga Origin Form, Palkia Origin Form. These are definitely worth rating. They are both respectively at the top of their typings for PvP and for rating. So these are fantastic choices. And when I say PvP, I mean in the Master League, not in the Great League or the Ultra. Mega Salamence. If you haven't got that Mega yet, you should go get that one. Or if you still need candies to max out your hundo. Mega Beedrill. This one's been around for a while. This would be a good way to get a hundo. I know it took me a while to get a hundo Weedle. Finally got one from a trade from a friend. So yeah, Mega Beedrill is going to be one of the best poison type attackers as well, up there with Nihilego. Yep, Lugia is already currently in the raid system. Oh, Max Mondays. Yep, today from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. We already talked about Drillbur. Cool. All right, so that summarizes this week. So now we're going to dive into the next section of our video, which is the Into the Wild event that starts today. So if you just wanted to have the week at a glance, thanks for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. If you want to learn about this event that's going on right now, stay tuned. So what we're going to do is our usual PvP and PvE breakdown of all the spawns and my final thoughts and recommendations on this event and how to get the most out of it. So it's got some interesting bonuses. The remote raid pass limit will be increased to 20 starting today, and it goes till Thursday. There'll be no limit on remote raid passes from November 22nd to November 24th. It'd be cool if they paired that with a discount. I wish they did. On Monday of November 18th, there will be an increased chance to get Rare Candy XL from Max Battles. That's interesting. So there's another perk if you were going to go out and do some Max Battles with Drillbur. Let's see. Toxel is making its debut. There are some paid items. So for $5 US dollars, you can get the Raid Pass, and then there's a Hatch Pass as well. I personally won't be doing these because the nature of them is that every day you get additional passes for the raids, and also you get half hatch distance. Yeah. Here's for the raid pass, you get 2 free extra raid passes a day, you get some bonus XP and some additional candy. For you to get your money's worth, you and your friend would have to get their free daily one plus the 2. So you'd have to do 3 raids with a friend, or just not with a friend, but just 3 raids a day. And I personally wish that I could maintain that level, but I don't have that kind of time with all of the busyness of life and family. And then the Into the Wild hatch is $5. You get half egg hatch distance, which is cool. Increased chances of hatching a toxel from a 10-kilometer egg. We have no idea what that is. It could be amazing, and it's totally worth $5, or it could be a 5% chance increase, something minuscule. Nobody knows. And then you get double Stardust, double XP, and double candy from those hatches. And you get an additional single incubator per day for spinning Pokestops. You know what? Okay, that makes it worth it. You pay $5, because you get the 18th, the 19th, the 20th, 21st, 22nd. Okay, never mind, I take it back. Math. All right, so the incubator one, you could make an argument for that because these single-use incubators persist beyond the event. For me, I think that the hatch one actually does make sense because you would pay $5 and you would get 1 incubator per day, which would persist beyond the event itself. I might do that. That's interesting. All right, we already talked about Max Monday and the increased chance to get rare candy XL from doing the drill burr raids. All right, now we're getting into the spawns for this event. So we got poison electric spawns and themed with the Toxel raids, PvP first and then PvE second. So we've got Venusaur, which is obviously evolves from Ivysaur. Venusaur is not bad in the Great League. I use it pretty often and have great luck with it. It's good in the Ultra League, so if you don't have a PvP Venusaur yet for those 2 leagues, I would recommend it. Next up, we've got Bellsprout, which obviously evolves into Victory Bell. Victory Bell, not great in the Great League or in the Ultra, unfortunately, for now. And then we've got Alolan Golem next. Looking at that spawn pool, what I'm doing here is I'm not talking about Alolan Graveler because I know that it's not PvP viable. Instead, I'm talking about its evolved form. There are some exceptions here like Charjabug and Grubbin, but we're going through their final evolution in general, unless a previous evolution is better in PvP, which does happen, which to me is really cool. Actually, that's one of the things I like about this game. Primeape, better than Annihilate currently in PvP, pretty cool. Charjabug, better than Vikavolt, its final evolution. So there's a handful of Pokemon like that in this game, which to my knowledge is unique to this game. All right, we talked about Alolan Golem, 274 in the Great League, and 184 in the Ultra. Not great. There's some, you could make that work if you are a fan of that Pokemon, but it's not going to be my first choice when it comes to electric or rock type. Next up, we got Magnemite, which can evolve into Magneton, and Magnezone is 130 in the Great League, and I have seen that used as a sweeper before with Wild Charge. It's right there. Wild Charge. And next up, Ultra League for Magnezone and Magnemite, 179 for Magnezone and 340 for Magneton. So that's not really doing a whole lot. Gengar, I want Gengar to have its day in PvP. Can't wait. It's so close, dude. All right, so Gengar, 127 in the Ultra. And then in the Great League, Gengar is 226. And then Haunter, I believe, is just a little worse. Yeah, 299 in the Great League. And then it's just not bulky enough for the Ultra League. Next up, we got Ampharos. Ampharos had a calm day years ago. It is 242 in the Ultra and 318 in the Great League. Not great. We're going to speed this up a little bit. Roserade, it's not great for PvP. I do know it's good for PvE, which we'll get to later. Yeah, 195. There's just better choices in the Great or the Ultra League. Swalot, it's from Gulpin. It's not great for PvP. Move on here. Luxray, had a calm day. Also not amazing for the Great League. Stunky, way down there in the Great League. Even worse in the Ultra. Golipede, which is the evolution of Venipede, or Whirlipede, it's just not great for the Great League and not great for the Ultra League either. Emolga, cute, not very PvP viable. Charjabug was the meta last season. It's the 4th best electric type in the Great League. It's still really good. And spoiler alert, there's Togedemaru right there. So you could make those work in the Great League. Not bad. Overall, in summary for PvP, Togedemaru, Charjabug, and then Venusaur. Those are my PvP recommendations. So again, you're going to want to get, for grubbing, the Charjabug, which is its 2nd evolution. Togedemaru is a surprising spice pick for the Great League. You could make that work. And then Venusaur is reliable. Venusaur was in my first team that I hit legendary with, was Venusaur. All right, next is the PvE viability of these. So what I'm using here is they have tier lists for the best attackers, and we're gonna go with electric types first. And if this Pokemon in here is not in the top 50 electric types, then we're just gonna not talk about it, because it's up to you if you want to go for it. Here's some surprises for you. Luxray and Magnezone are in the top 10 attackers. Now I excluded Primal, Shadow, and Mega. So these are just, they're being compared to a Pokemon, not Shadow, not Megas. So Luxray, top 10. Very cool. Vikavolt, top 20. Magneton, 29. Now we're getting down there. You see why I don't go much past the top 50 attackers. So for the electric types, you're looking at if you were to go for a hundo, you got Luxray, Alola Golem, Vikavolt, and yeah, that's where those land. And we'll go over this at the end, but Toxtricity is not bad. It's in the top 20 electric type attackers. I just know off the top of my head, for example, that Mega Manectric is the #1 electric attacker, and that's because it's got that Mega form. But these are all solid choices if you were going to be raiding against a water boss or something like that with a weakness of electric. All right, next is poison. We got, like I said, Nihilego. If you were doing those raids this week, do those, because this is a good one. It's poison type attacker in the game. We got Roserade is up there, so try to get yourself a hundo of those. Gengar is up there, and Mega Gengar is even higher. Golipede is in the top 10 poison attackers. That's cool. A lot of these events, if you didn't know any better, you'd be like, oh, it's just another bug Pokemon. But check it out, there it is in the top 10. And you can flex on your friends when they get mad at you for using a bug Pokemon during a raid. You can tell them, look, it's in the top 10. Skuntank, top 15, Victreebel, Venusaur. All of these are great performers. Toxtricity, 20, 21. So, there's Roselia, number 28. There's Beedrill. In summary, the ones that you want to get for raiding are going to be Venusaur, of course, Gengar, Alolan Golem, Magnezone, Roselia, Luxray, so Luxio, and Whirlipede as well, because its final evolution was a really good poison type, as we discussed. And then that is it for the poison types and for the electric types that are spawning for all the spawns this week. Those are the ones that you're wanting for raiding. All right, and then these are the ones that are hatching from eggs. None of these are going to be really PvP rolls because you can't get the attack low enough when you hatch them. So if you do go for Toxel, you're not going to go for a PvP roll. You're going to go for raiding too. 3-star raids are just some of the evolutions, the ones we talked about. 5-star raids, you want that Nihilego origin form, and origin form for both of these are fantastic. Yeah, Palkia origin form is number 2, and then Dialga origin form is rank 31. So those are both fantastic for the Master League. So if you're looking to raid those, you'll definitely be in for a good time. I wish it would. I haven't seen anywhere if it's talked about them having their abilities. It doesn't seem like they do. I've done one raid, it didn't have their abilities, Roar of Time, or anything like that. Cool. Okay, so I think that about sums up this video. And I think there's some really solid spawns out there for PvE and PvP. And I think that this is going to be fun. I'm excited to catch a Toxel. Hatch a Toxel. You can only get it from eggs. So yeah, I think that's it. And let me know what you guys think of this event. I'm curious your take on poison and electric types, specifically these ones. And is this ranking system I have going, is it helpful? Because this is just how my brain processes these events. Is this helpful for y'all? Let me know any improvements, any ideas you have. Leave them in the comments. I would be thrilled to keep improving. Yeah, thank y'all so much for tuning in, and I will catch y'all next time. See ya.